It's coming your way live from Patterson Ice Arena as this morning the Grand Rapids Sled Wings will take on the Northwest Ohio Arctic Wolves. Hello and welcome. My name is Reagan Cleaves, and I'm excited to bring you all the action of this morning's matchup. For the Sled Wings, they in this tournament are 3-0 and last beat the Glass Falcons by a score of 3-0. Meanwhile, the Northwest Ohio Arctic Wolves come in with a matching record of 3-0 and most recently beat the Worcester Wildcats by a score of 5-2 earlier this morning. Now let's take a look at the rosters for each team. For the Sled Wings, number 3, Jeremy Shanow. Number 12, Josh Staple. Number 15, Jake Nelson. Number 16, Kate Evans. Number 20, Christian Teachworth. Number 24, Zender Frost. Number 27, William Oberg. Number 29, Jarrett Reynolds-Myers. Number 32, Felipe Hernandez. Number 42, Daniel Williams. And number 86, Charlie Warren. They are coached by Steve Kozlowski and Tyler Anderson. For the Arctic Wolves, number 3, Theo Hardesty. Number 4, Aiden Green. Number 5, Troy Conrad. Number 7, Ryan Wright. Number 8, Alex Showmaker. Number 9, Annabelle Dyer. Number 10, Lauren Durbus. Number 13, Rhea Kuman. Number 16, Walker Ellis. Number 18, Gabby Segura. Number 20, Clark Palika. Number 21, Jaden Jenkins. Number 22, Nehemiah Hill. And number 99, Nick Fulton. The Arctic Wolves are coached by Steve Conrad, Shane Dankins, and Eric Hardesty. We have about 30 seconds until the buzzer rings, and we'll come back and bring you all the action of this game between the Arctic Wolves and the Sled Wings on Sled Wings Radio. Reagan Cleaves bringing you back live here inside Patterson Ice Arena. Here in this first period, the Sled Wings will move from left to right on your radio dial, wearing their red jerseys with black and white trim, while the Arctic Wolves will move from right to left, wearing their white jerseys with black shoulders and red, silver, and black trim. It'll be Jarrett Reynolds-Myers in for the draw at center, Daniel Williams, the goaltender for the Sled Wings, and Nick Fulton, the goaltender for the Arctic Wolves. 12 minutes on the clock, and we are underway here in the first period of play. Arctic Wolves control off the draw. They feed that near side. Here is Jeremy Shanow. Bumped along the near half wall, and the Arctic Wolves will regain control in their own zone and try to filter it out to neutral ice. They give to the near side. Here is Aiden Green, has the puck stolen, and Shanow will dump that all the way down for an icing. Here, just 25 seconds into the game. Draw off that icing will come to the right of Williams. It will be Jenkins in for the draw with Reynolds here. In the left wing circle. Draw is won by Jenkins, and the Arctic Wolves immediately cede possession to Jeremy Shanow, who will dump that off the boards. Couldn't catch Hernandez, and Green is up at the point. In there with Hernandez, battling for it. 3/4 of a minute gone here in the game. Here's Shanow, tries to move it through neutral ice, and it moves in to the Sled Wing zone. Here's Jake Nelson. Hold. Try to feed that through neutral ice, and it bounces off a Sled Wing right to Hernandez. Hernandez will move that in right on Fulton. He lost possession of it, and immediately Theo Hardesty came in to take possession, and puck loose at the hash marks. Nelson tries to move that down behind the net of Fulton. Oberg moves that to the near corner and up to the hash marks. Nelson moving down from the point to take control. A shot that fluttered wide. Oberg goes in there with Showmaker across the way. Showmaker gains control up to the point but not out. Kept in by Shanow, but Hardesty gains control and moves that out to Jenkins. Jenkins has it taken by Shanow, and who has it in return taken by Hardesty, who feeds a cross-ice pass to the near side. Nelson going in there with Jenkins. Puck popped up on the near side, and Nelson controls. Jake Nelson tries an outlet pass, but it went off the helmet of Hardesty and across the way, where Oberg has it right in front of the Sled Wings bench. Oberg feeds into center to Nelson. Nelson trying to move through neutral ice. About 2 minutes gone here in the opening frame. Sled Wings and Arctic Wolves scoreless so far. Hardesty controls at center. He tries a pass down, but it goes into the Arctic Wolves bench and it'll come out. Oberg tries another clearance. This time it'll be Green to play it, but it filters into their own zone, so the Arctic Wolves will have to regroup. 9 1/4 remaining as a shot right on goal by Jarrett Reynolds. Myers just went wide off the side of the net. Now Shanow up to the point, challenged by Jenkins. Nelson comes over to help, but Shanow lifts a long pass that went off a Arctic Wolf in front, and Oberg will control in the left wing corner. Oberg, pass cut off by Green, and Green tries an outlet pass to but none of his teammates were in the vicinity, so Shanow will control and dump it in. 8:43 remaining here in the first. An outlet pass catches Hardesty. He puts it off the boards, and it's a race for the puck. Jenkins and Nelson down the left side. No icing waved off. Nelson goes to the boards with Jenkins. Jenkins tries a centering pass. It goes off Nelson's sled. Still battling for it. Hardesty coming in for the Arctic Wolves here. Jenkins controls. Still pressured by Nelson in the left wing corner. Now a centering pass off a stick in front that had to be slapped away by Shanow. And speaking of which, he has the puck. But he made a self-pass too far for himself, and Green will control and try to put that back in. Here's Nelson. Nelson cutting through the neutral zone. 7:55 remaining here. A long shot right on goal, and he scores! Jake Nelson! Let a clearance go from center. It made its way into the Arctic Wolf zone, and Fulton couldn't reach it, and it's 1-0 Sled Wings. Jake Nelson letting the shot/clearance go from center, and it found its way past the Arctic Wolves netminder. Now the draw at center. Jarrett Reynolds Myers gives it to Nelson, who's just coming off that goal, and a pass is picked off by the Arctic Wolves. Now on the near side, here's Jenkins working across the line down into the left wing circle. He walks in the slot, pulls up a shot that went wide of Williams. Now along the far side, Hardesty goes in there with Oberg. Now here's Jarrett Reynolds. Myers comes up with the puck. Feeds an outlet pass to Hernandez. Hernandez can't get to the puck in time. Here's Green. Green, 7:10 remaining here in the first. Sled Wings leading 1-0 off that Jake Nelson goal. Now on the far side, here is Hardesty. Hardesty filters that out. Jenkins in the neutral zone, leaves a backhanded pass. Here's Green. Green with Shadow back, gets around the defense. That's a shot on goal, wide of Williams. Now on the near side, here's Jake Nelson. Taken down by Hardesty, and he tries a pass. Nemo couldn't control. Here's Hernandez. Oberg will dump that in to the right wing corner. 6.5 remaining here in the first. Sled Wings leading 1-0. Here's Jenkins behind his own cage. Bumped off the puck. Hernandez tried the sharp angle shot. Fanned on it though. And Jenkins controls. He gets around Nelson. He's into the neutral zone. Nelson coming back. Belts him against the boards. Shano controls, but he doesn't. As Segura controls. She's taken down. Now at neutralized. Green controls. Tries a backhanded pass. Delayed offsides. As Segura was off. As Gabby Segura was offsides. Now Nelson controls. Jake Nelson looking to move up. Bumped by Hardesty. He'll let a long shot and goal. Saved by Fulton. Here come the Arctic Wolves the other way. Jenkins couldn't get around his own man, and Nelson tries a backhanded feed, but again it comes to the Arctic Wolves. Here is number 8, Alex Showmaker. He'll dump that in. Shadow back to get it for the Sled Wings. He has it behind Williams, pressured by Hardesty. He's bumped to the boards by the aforementioned Arctic Wolf. Now a centering pass. Jenkins was laid out to receive that pass. Couldn't get a shot off, and now the Sled Wings come back the other way. Jake Nelson bumped off the puck, and Green will go back to retrieve it for the Arctic Wolves. 4:50 remaining here in the first as Reynolds Myers belts man in his own zone. Penalty forthcoming. Holding is the call on Jenkins. The Arctic Wolves crowd not happy, so the Sled Wings will go on a power play as Jenkins goes off. 2 minutes for holding. And we'll have our first power play of the morning. Draw will come to the left of Nick Fulton. Reynolds Myers in there with Hardesty. Hardesty moves that up. Pass intercepted by Oberg. Nifty pass to Shano. Couldn't control. And the Arctic Wolves will dump that all the way out to neutral ice. 10 seconds gone here on the power play. Nelson gets around Hardesty. He's got Green to get around, and he'll dump it in behind the net. It'll be Staple to go play it for the Sled Wings. Staple, a sharp angle shot off a sled in front, and Hardesty controls. Half a minute gone on the power play. Nelson up at the far point. He lets a shot go off a sled in front, and that'll go out to neutral ice, so the Sled Wings will regroup. 4:04 remaining here in the first period, 1:20 on the power play. Nelson along the far side got caught up in the bench of the Arctic Wolves. Now Showmaker, a long outlet pass. Clearance will go all the way down. No icing as the Sled Wings are on the power play. Shanow up on the near side, pressured by Hardesty. Reynolds Myers to go get the puck after it was knocked away from Shanow on the near side along the hash marks. They battle for it. There it comes up to the point. Staple couldn't control. Here's Nelson. Nelson will try to launch that in, but it's off a Green sled. Delayed offsides. Reynolds Myers doesn't realize that yet. And that'll go out to center. Here's Oberg. Moves that in. Down to the left circle. Schomacher back to retrieve it. Quarter of a minute remaining on the power play. Outlet pass off Ellis's and Staples' sled consecutively there. Nelson knocks Hardesty down. Here's Nelson up at the high slot. Taken down from behind. Sled Wings crowd wanting a call. None forthcoming. Hardesty fan on the pass. Laid offside, and Jenkins might have an opportunity if Williams doesn't get on the puck first. And Williams does. And we have a stoppage of play with 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first period. Jenkins came out of the proverbial box there and he had that breakaway opportunity, but he just wasn't fast enough to catch up to the puck before Williams was able to cover it. Draw to the right of Williams. Won by the Sled Wings up the point. Here's Green. Green, a long lofted shot on goal that went. And the Sled Wings control. Schomacher. Clearance attempt off of Teachworth. Teachworth going with Schomacher across the way. Now a pass couldn't catch Dyer. Now on the inner side, here's Shano. Shano pressured by Jenkins. That pops out into the top of the slot. Well, Jarrett Reynolds-Myers will pick it up. Reynolds-Myers with speed. Hardesty coming back. Lets a long clearance attempt go. And they'll go into the right wing corner where Hardesty will pick it up. Move behind the net. And to the left side. Hardesty and Nelson converge along the far side of the top of the circle, and Nelson moves that down. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the first. Now, on the right wing corner, Staple belts his man. Hardesty controls and will try to dump that out to the point. But Jenkins comes up with the puck. He's got one man back. Jenkins tries to get around Nelson. Lets a long shot. That whistled high. The rebound to the far side. Nelson controls. He'll dump that off the half wall. Hardesty for a minute had that, but sleds converge and the puck is lost, and Hardesty controls at the far point. 53 remaining. Nelson a clearing attempt blocked by his own man at the point. Hardesty and Teachworth and Nelson converge. Puck squirts free. Here's Jenkins down the right side. Jenkins a sharp angle shot turned aside by Williams. Down the near side, Shano. Shano off the boards. To the point and out into neutrals. In the Sled Wings zone they control. Here's Nelson. Jake Nelson spun around in his sled. Pressured by Hardesty. He'll let a shot on goal and he scores once more. The second goal from center ice by Jake Nelson. And the Sled Wings, the benefactors of fortuitous bounces in this game. 2 goals scored from center by Jake Nelson, and it's 2-0 Sled Wings. My goodness. Nick Fulton again did not see that shot. Came from center. He wasn't expecting it. And Jake Nelson has a second of the night. Second of the afternoon, excuse me. Now they converge on the near side. Here's Jenkins and Nelson. Up to the point, Green. A soft wrister blocked in front. And that will do it for the first period of play. After one, the Sled Wings lead the Arctic Wolves by a score of 2-0. When we come back, we'll have all the action of the second period here on Sled Wings Radio. Reagan Cleves welcomes you back radio ringside here inside Patterson Ice Arena, where after one period of play, the Sled Wings lead the Arctic Wolves by a score of 2-0. Sled Wings in this period will once again go left to right, wearing their red jerseys, while the Arctic Wolves will go from right to left, wearing their white jerseys. And it'll be Reynolds, Myers, and Jenkins in for the draw with 12 minutes on the clock here. Draw won by the Arctic Wolves, and Green controls at his own line. Moves it up to Hardesty, too far for him, and Chanel will try to move that in, and it'll be Hernandez to pressure Green, and Green comes up with that one. Off the glass, and it's Jenkins. Jenkins gets past Chanel. He's got Nelson back trying to defend him. Jenkins gets around him. Reynolds Myers comes back, bumps him off the puck. Here's Nelson. Nelson will lift that out into the Arctic Wolves bench. Here's Oberg. Oberg picks up the puck. He'll shove that down behind the net. Here's Hardesty. Hardesty tries a outlet pass, almost picked off by Reynolds Myers, and it'll go out to center. Here's Chanel, will dump that in. Hardesty off the boards. Nelson has it there. Nelson at neutral ice will lift a long shot in, looking for the hat trick maybe, and that will go wide. Oberg on the left side. Oberg, a sharp angle shot that went wide, up to the point, but not out. Here's Nelson. Nelson feathers that down. Oberg in the left wing corner, bumped by Hardesty up to the point to Chanel. Chanel has the puck, tries the wrister, but it's blocked in front. And the Arctic Wolves will clear that all the way to the line, and Chanel tries it off the glass, but there was no glass as it went out at the bench with 10:27 remaining here in the second period. Arctic Wolves trailing the Sled Wings by a score of 2-0. Draw will be at the far neutral dot of the Arctic Wolves. It'll be Reynolds, Myers, and Jenkins once more to play it. The Arctic Wolves win it, and they'll dump that down. Next to Williams, Nelson racing for it with Hardesty. Nelson gets to the puck first, but he's pressured by Hardesty. Wrap around up to the point, but not out. Here's Jenkins, loses the puck to Reynolds Myers. Reynolds Myers will converge with Green up at the point, and Jenkins comes up with that at neutral ice. Jenkins moves across, bumps his own teammate Nemo for a second. That's kept in at the point by Schumacher, but he's pressured by Nelson. Again, Hardesty converges, bumped by Reynolds Myers from behind. Delayed offsides as Nemo is offsides. Now the Sled Wings clear that down to the near side. It will be Green to go play it. There, 9:30 remaining. Behind the net, off the boards, kept into the point by Nelson. He'll feather that down. Sled Wings got to that, but now an outlet pass to Jenkins, but misses him, and it's a race for the puck. Chanel will get to that. He knocked down and pops right back up, but Jenkins controls in the right circle. Jenkins walks and fires a shot. Gloved away by Williams. Now Hardesty tries the wraparound. They jam away at it right in front, and Williams eventually covers with 8:59 remaining here in the second. Draw will come to the right of Williams. It'll be Jenkins and Reynolds Myers once again. Now a quick shot off the draw. He scores. Jenkins won the draw and put a quick shot on Williams. And it squeaked under his glove, and it's 2-1 as the Arctic Wolves cut the deficit in half. ensuing draw that scored 4 seconds after the 9-minute mark. Here in the second, draw at center won by the Arctic Wolves. They'll clear that off the boards. Jenkins in a race for the puck with Nelson, and he'll win it. Jenkins in the left circle, walks in front, cuts a shot right off the post on the left side. Now Jeremy Sheno tries to move that up to Hernandez. Felipe Hernandez on the near side, pressured by Hardesty. That puck will move out to neutral ice where Schumacher has it. Schumacher leaves a nice drop pass to Jenkins, who will filter that down. Delayed offsides as Segura. Segura was offsides. Williams leaves that for a teammate. Segura finally gets back on sides, and the Arctic Wolves pressure a clearing attempt off of Hardesty and Nelson. Controls. They'll try to feather that down to the near side. Jenkins loses the puck. Here is Shenow. Jeremy Shenow with speed. Has to catch up to the puck first, and he does in the corner. He loses the puck to Hardesty, and Shenow bumps into the net. And the net's off with 7:46 remaining here. Sled Wings leading 2-1 over the Arctic Wolves here. Draw off that whistle will come to neutral ice just outside the Arctic Wolves line on the near side. It'll be Reynolds, Myers, and Jenkins once more to play it. In for the draw. Draw off the tie-up. Won by the Arctic Wolves. However, Staple intercepts a pass off his stick, and it'll go into the Arctic Wolves zone. He's jamming away at the puck is Jenkins, and a Sled Wing converge. Now Shenow, a long shot from the point. He scores! Jeremy Shenow! But a bouncing puck goal from the near point, and it bounced past the goaltender once more, and it's 3-1 Sled Wings. That's the third goal tonight, or this morning, for the Sled Wings from at least the blue line out. And it's 3-1. Off the ensuing draw at center, Jenkins wins that back. The Arctic Wolves control over Staple, pressures him and moves that down low. Oberg in a race for the puck with Showmaker. Oberg wins that, but can't control. And the Arctic Wolves look to move it out. Green's clearance attempt kept in by Nelson, and now Staple down low behind the net tries the centering pass, but fends on the shot and goes to the point, but not out. Shenow moves that down behind the net. Here's Oberg, pressured by Jenkins. Jenkins steals the puck away from him, and he'll switch from his left to his right and dump that to the near side. Here's Hardesty. Loses the puck to Shenow. Shenow. Now Reynolds. Now on the near side. Here's Nelson. Nelson tries the long-range shot from, again, neutral ice. And Reynolds picks up the puck. Let's a shot. Go! He scores! Right from the face-off, down to the left side. And that's Jarrett Reynolds. Myers getting the goal. He let it go from the left wing circle. And it is now 4-1 in favor of the Sled Wings. Now it's Reynolds, Myers again in for the draw with Jenkins. I don't think anybody else has taken a draw for either squad through the first 18 minutes of this game. Now a pass makes its way to the Sled Wing zone off of the draw neutral ice. Jenkins goes in there with Nelson. Nelson comes up with the puck in his own end. Trying to lift that out, but it's stepped off at the point by Schumacher. Schumacher walks in, fires a shot, saved by Williams. Now on the far side, here's Shanow. Shanow feathers that out, but it's picked off by Green. Green in neutral ice, right at the red line. Moves that in. Nelson couldn't control, but it's taken by Shanow. He moves that off the boards. Into a couple of Sled Wings bench sleds at the bench. Now Jenkins comes up with the puck. He's pressured by Reynolds, Myers, and near side Jenkins. Jenkins moves the puck, walks in, fires a shot that was blocked by Reynolds. Myers now off the high glass. That will go out past the outstretched stick of Green, and he'll come back to his own line to retrieve it. He's pressured by Staple. Staple right on his heels. Green will retreat behind the net. 5 minutes remaining here in the second. They move that out. Hardesty. Puck caught up in a Arctic Wolves sled at the bench. Now here is Green. Green across the line. Gets around Shanow. Now throws a centering pass to the corner where Jenkins will control. Jenkins pressured by Nelson. Now a centering pass off Shanow. And Shanow will go behind the net. Here he is. Pressured by Hardesty. Shanow and Hardesty go to it. And the end boards. Shanow tries to move that out, but Shoemaker cuts it off at the top of the circles. That will move back down, and Shanow will eventually get it down and out. 4:05 remaining here in the second. Sled Wings leading by a score of 4-1 over the Arctic Wolves. Here's Jenkins. Jenkins at the line will throw one in, and he scores right from the blue line. He stepped across and fired it a long-range wrister past the outstretched glove of Williams, and the Arctic Wolves now only have 2 goals to make up as Jenkins gets his second of the game. Draw at center, it will once again be Reynolds, Myers, and Jenkins. However, it's won by the Arctic Wolves, and their dump. Hardesty will backhand that down into the left wing's corner of the Sled Wing zone. Here's Shanow. His pass cut off by Jenkins, or by Hardesty, and unaware of what happened down below. Seems to me that Hardesty, something happened with Theo Hardesty. But meanwhile, draw will come outside the blue line on the near side. Jenkins and Reynolds. Myers again in for the draw for their respective clubs. Draw won by the Arctic Wolves. Hardesty controls. Hardesty bumped off the puck. Jenkins will control and dump it into the right corner. 3 and 2/3 minutes remaining here in the second. Pass to Staple. Will move that out to neutral ice, but Green will retreat back to the red line to play it. Green cut off by Reynolds Myers. Reynolds Myers tries the long shot. That went off a couple of sleds, and Schumacher will go back. Jenkins to control in his own zone on the near side. That makes its way up to Nelson. Nelson trying the long range shot from the blue line. That went wide. Here's Oberg. Oberg pressured by Hardesty. That will move behind the net. Here is Green. Green pressured again by Reynolds Myers. Out on the far side, here's Hardesty. Hardesty loses the puck to Oberg. Oberg from the circle, it's a shot, go right off the back of the net. Sled Wings crowd thought it was in. Behind the net, in the right wing corner, up to the point to Nelson. Nelson pressured by two Arctic Wolves, and now Green picks off the pass, and he's back the other way. 2 minutes remaining. Green lets a long shot, and he scores. And just like that, the Arctic Wolves are back in this one, as Green let the shot go from the point as he tried to get around Shanna Williams, couldn't dive to get it in time, and just like that, it's 4-3 Sled Wings. As the Sled Wings see their deficit cut in half. Let's go Sled Wings chant going on from the Sled Wings crowd to my left. Draw won by the Arctic Wolves. They move that up to Jenkins. Jenkins on the near side, pressured by Nelson. There's Staple. Picks off the puck, feeds up to Oberg. Oberg looking to play it. Oberg will dump that off the boards, and that'll go behind the net. Behind the net to Jenkins. Jenkins, a minute 30 remaining here in the second, up to the point to Nelson. Nelson couldn't find the puck in time, and he's pressured. Puck goes to Shannon, the high slot. Lets a long wrister go. That was well wide and high. Now Hardesty picks up the puck, a minute 18 remaining. Hardesty working around the Sled Wings, and he's through neutral ice. Reynolds Myers coming back. Here's Hardesty down the left side. Hardesty now a centering pass to Jenkins. Jenkins, a shot that was blocked by Shannon. Now Showmaker. Showmaker taken over by Nelson. Jake Nelson taken down into his own bench. Now Hardesty takes Nelson down again. Now to the far side, Green, who's got the goal to bring the Arctic Wolves within one, pressures Jarrett Reynolds Myers. Along with Hardesty, they battle for it. That makes its way up to the point to Nelson. Nelson along the far side. Gets around. Protects the puck from the defense. Lets a shot go. That's blocked. Now Shanow. Shanow taken down by Green. Sled Wings crowd wanting a call, but none forthcoming. There's a quarter of a minute remaining here in the second. Oberg takes his man to the corner. 7 seconds to go. Hardesty to the boards with Oberg. That will come up to the hash marks, and that will do it for the second period as the Arctic Wolves come back in that second period to come within one. When we come back, we'll have all the third period action here on Sled Wings Radio. Reagan Cleaves bringing you back here inside Patterson Ice Arena, where after 2 periods of play, the Sled Wings lead only by 1 over the Arctic Wolves, who come from Northwest Ohio. It'll be Reynolds, Myers, and Jenkins once again in for the draw at center at the Graha logo. It's won by the Arctic Wolves, and Jenkins will feed that, but it's picked off by Shanow, and the pass goes off Hernandez. Now at the red line, Jenkins tries to feather that down. Hardesty picks it up, can't get around the defense. As a pass goes off of Conrad, goes off a try, Conrad, and now the Arctic Wolves move that through center. Here's Jenkins, gets around Shanow. He's got Nelson back, a long shot that went off the boards and a carom. Hardesty to the far side. Taken down by Hernandez. Now a pass right in front. Shanow gets it out of harm's way, but not out. As a shot by Showmaker, blocked by Shanow, and Green will dump that down behind the net. It'll be Jake Nelson to go get it for the Sled Wings. But Hardesty picks up the puck. Jenkins moves down into the corner. Jenkins working behind the net, pressured by two Sled Wings, Shanow and Oberg. Oberg comes up with the puck, tries a pass to Shanow, and is successful in that endeavor. Shanow will clear that to neutral ice with 10:40 remaining here in the game. In the game. Arctic Wolves control. Outlet pass to Jenkins down the near side. Too far for him, but he'll have to go get it. Jenkins into the left wing circle. Pressured by, loses the puck to Hardesty. Hardesty walks in. Saved by Williams, and the rebound. Another big save. They jam away at it right in front, and eventually the whistle is blown. And Williams makes many consecutive saves right in front to keep the game. To keep